Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this edition of my epic video game collection, we will be looking at the PlayStation 2. I will save some of the best games for the end, so make sure you stick around. The PlayStation 2 was released in the year 2000 for $300 US. The price dropped to $200 to compete with the Nintendo GameCube, which was $100 cheaper. It is equipped with 2 controller ports, 2 memory card slots, 2 front USB slots, and 1 FireWire port on the front. As you can see, this PlayStation is the original version with a clear blue top-loading case mod installed. The top loading allowed you to use boot disks and run homebrew software from your PC. You can even run a version of Linux if you wanted to. Sony released many accessories over the years, from iToy cameras, memory cards, to external modems. I unfortunately witnessed the birth of online multiplayer trash talking while playing SOCOM Navy SEALs. This was the first time many console gamers were able to talk to one another. I have 2 memory cards, one from Sony and another from a third party. Both work just fine. I will link a video at the end if you want to see a closer look at the console as I started up for the first time in years. This book consisted of all my homebrew software. It was so cool to see what you could find at the time. The classic, tried and true PlayStation controller. The design essentially remained the same until the release of the PlayStation 5. This was GameStop's version of a wireless controller. Wireless or not, it just did not feel the same as the original design, so it was used mostly for the less important and undeserving Player 2. It came with a wireless dongle like most wireless devices. Never opened, brand new PlayStation 2 DualShock controller, equipped with 2 analog sticks, D-pad, the iconic 4 front-facing game buttons, 4 shoulder buttons, a start, select, and analog button. Onto the games. You'll notice that most of my games are purchased on sale, as I always recommend purchasing used games when you can. It's the easiest way to build your collection and cheaper too. Every console generation usually has a clear winner in terms of who had the best games. As I'm a fan of all video games and in no way a fanboy to any particular system or company, Sony won this round with the PlayStation 2. Let me know in the comments section what you think. At the end of the day, we are all winners to have any of these games growing up. Silent Hill 3. Do not play this game at night. The pink bunny freaked me out the most. My sister and I loved to play Dance Dance Revolution. It was endless fun if you could stand the sweaty socks. Every Dynasty Warriors was the same. It was a hack and slash strategy fighting game with large map battles. Splinter Cell. This game really taught many people the value of patience. Freedom Fighters is a first-person shooter. Not very fun, but I remember the hype was big at the time. Mark of Cree, a cool adventure based in Polynesian and Maori culture. Karaoke Revolution was so fun to play with friends. So many nights were spent laughing and watching everyone trying to stay in tune. Transformers. Not as fun as you would hope driving around as Optimus Prime should be. Everquest. I never played this MMORPG as I already moved on to World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XI, but it sure was popular prior to these games being released. Think of Rygar as a predecessor to God of War, without all the anger in a more civilized time. You'll like Zone of Enders if big spacefaring robots shooting large missile arrays is your thing. Escape from Monkey Island, a point-and-click adventure game. This game series is so fun. They should make more of these one day. One of the best game series that sadly ended way too soon, Legacy of Kain. The games were released out of order and made the storytelling even that more enthralling. It's one of those stories that make you go back and play earlier games. It was so good. I will give these games its due in future videos. Grand Theft Auto changed the way the industry thinks about world building, as it pioneered open world games with its design. Each sequel expanded on the core reason why the franchise is so successful. This will have to be another future video. Hitman gave you the freedom of really choosing the path during each kill contract. Most games are linear in this respect, which makes this game series special. I would like to use an analogy to explain the Kingdom Hearts series, if I may. It joins 2 things that you love separately, however, may not think go together well, but now cannot live without. For example, everyone loves chocolate, and most people like bacon. You may never think about eating them together, but when you do, it tastes surprisingly well. That's what Kingdom Hearts is. Square Enix and Disney coming together to tell a great story. The musical score is beautiful and it keeps you coming back for more. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more great content, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a like down below. Thanks for watching, and game on.